West. Like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to Born of Osiris. Hey boys, you boys in the band, you are it. You are it. Gonna be starting the show in a few minutes here. Just listening to some awesome music. The title of this tune is Fantasyland, right? Goes well with Migrant Mayhem. Fantasyland, folks. You know it, I know it. DJ Wonder Chrissy here at Migrant Mayhem. Afternoon edition. Saturday, December 16th, 2023. We're headed to Christmas. Damn right we are. Come on, keep the music going. Get your Hooter Wings orders in for the holidays. The girls are waiting to take your order. They are awesome wings with ice cold beer. DJ Wonder Chrissy knows that for sure, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Should we bring the music down or just let it keep going? You tell me. All right, let's bring it down. Bring it down like the DJ can. All right, go. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. It's going to be a good show. Damn, it's going to be a good show. Okay, DJ Wonder Chrissy. Like, share, and subscribe. It does matter, folks. It helps us get this out to the masses. We got to beat the algorithm. We want everyone to see this video. Like, share, and subscribe to your friends on social media, every platform, every application, wherever. Do it. Just do it. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna stick with Eric Adams and New York City because I keep telling you guys what's happening in Chicago or what's happening in New York City is going to happen in Chicago because Chicago is just using the same playbook that Eric Adams has been using, and things are falling apart in New York City. They've got like 67,000 migrants right now that they're taking care of. They've had 150,000 pass through their city. So Brandon Johnson's looking to Eric Adams and going to see what's happening, what's working, what's not working. And it's getting a little chilly. We got some rain today. It's like in the low 40s. So it's a chilly day to be outside. I don't think the migrants are doing any more winter camping. It's past winter camping stage here in the Midwest. Maybe in New York City where the temperature is a little more temperate. It's cold and rainy and it's not gonna, we're getting to the point where it's gonna start diving into the polar vortex type of stuff real soon. So let's watch this first video that talks about New York City and how Eric Adams is saying there's no help on the way, folks. We got to do this ourselves. The feds aren't going to help you much at all anymore.
He says he does not expect financial help from Washington anytime soon to deal with the migrant crisis. The mayor made the rounds yesterday,
Reality's
speaking with
setting
lawmakers
in
on Capitol Hill and with officials at the White House. But today he says he returned home without optimism. The mayor predicts it will cost $12 billion over the next 3 years to care for tens of thousands of asylum seekers who are arriving in town.
We had a very painful November plan that we had to produce, and now we're looking forward or in the direction of how do we address the $7 billion budget deficit that we have to address in January.
The mayor has already proposed across-the-board budget cuts for city agencies. The Biden administration says $770 million has already gone out to struggling communities.
So there you have it, a dose of reality for the people of New York. I give them credit that that there is there is no help. So let's and then here's where, you know, he's kind of talking about let's see here. We got another video here of Eric Adams. Here's some more talking of Eric Adams on a local station. They did an interview. So we're gonna got you some good video here.
The truth
and
is,
we'll get this queued up for you, where he's talking overall about the thing. So let's hold this here. Okay, there was a one-on-one with Mayor Eric Adams and Joe Torres, and he talks about what's going on, and this is recent. So let's take a listen in here on the highlights of this interview.
More than 67,000 migrants in the New York City shelter system. That is a dramatic increase from the number we saw last year at this time at 21,300.
Boy, the difference a year can make. 21,000 to 67,000 and all the cost associated with that. They're on the streets of New York City. If you've seen the videos of Manhattan, they're just, it's like rats all over the city. Leeches, rats, whatever. They're all over. If you watch the news, you see them just walking all over, laying on the streets.
In a special one-on-one, anchor and Tiempo host Joe Torres asked Mayor Adams about his plan for the city as the migrant crisis continues to grow. Here's a preview of what you can expect to see on Sunday's show.
There's a absence of solutions. There is a loud number of people with criticism of the process, a process that we did not inherit.
Yes.
This is a national problem, and New Yorkers unmistakably believe that we had the authorization to stop people from coming in. We don't. We have the authorization to deport. We don't. We have the authorization to say you are not going to receive a place to sleep. We don't have that authorization. And lastly, that they felt we were giving more to the migrants and asylum seekers than those long-term New Yorkers. That is just not true.
Not true. Do you get the impression that the migrant crisis here and the overall border disorder at the border, if you will, is simply at this moment not a high priority for the federal government? And if not, why not?
Yeah, I find it baffling because now you're hearing the coalition that started out with Eric. Now that coalition has grown to Chicago, Massachusetts, Denver, all over. So many other municipalities are joining me and saying this is.
So the migrant mayhem cancer is spreading, is what he's saying. It's getting worse, folks, and it's going to get worse as we head through the winter. Winter is not a time to be dealing with this. They should have had a process. Some people say Brandon Johnson didn't want to. He left his people in the police stations to freeze a little bit because he thought that would allow them to go other places. He was hoping they would leave when they got cold. So. Two sides of the coin. New York City is using 4- and 5-star hotel rooms or trashing hotels just for the migrants. It's costing them millions of dollars a month. And let's see if he even talks about that. But common sense is starting to come into the picture here, finally.
Impact in our cities. So I'm not quite sure why we're not seeing a response that we should be receiving.
I'm going to give you a raise and make you the president. In your estimation, if you had it your way, what's the solution?
A real decompression strategy at the border. What does that look like?
And what does it mean?
We have 108,000 towns, villages, cities across America. Someone comes in legally vetted. We tell them, here's where you are going to go for a 3-year period to stabilize yourselves. We're going to give that municipality the support that they need to stabilize this family using methods that we're using here. This way, instead of having 140,000 coming here or 1,000 coming to Chicago, we're spreading it out throughout the entire country, which, mind you,
he wants to share the pain, folks.
Employment issues, and they want.
How about just closing the border, Eric?
A city and a country of immigrants.
That sounds reasonable.
Yes.
Why doesn't that sell when you go to Washington?
Your guess is better than mine, you know.
So there you have it, a little bit of an interview with Eric Adams. So let's see what else we got here. So not only is it New York City and Chicago, we've got some words of wisdom from the Denver mayor. I mean, if you don't want to be in Chicago, you definitely don't want to be in Denver when it snows and it's cold and it's winter. So let's give a look at this. And let's get this queued up here for you folks. There you go.
At the
Here we
border,
go.
A record 12,000 undocumented migrants stopped in a single day by Border Patrol this week. And as Julia Ainsley reports, it's adding up to more strain on some of America's biggest cities.
Tonight, Denver joining the growing list of cities struggling to handle a record surge of migrants, with entire blocks full of migrants sleeping on the street.
Oh, it is a crisis.
Mike Johnston is one of 5 Democratic mayors recently writing President Biden, saying action is needed to help cities address the crisis.
What's the one thing you want from the Biden administration right now?
When you admit someone for asylum into the country, they should get work authorization. We should expedite the process of approving that application so it doesn't take 4 years. It could take 30 days.
Johnston is under increasing pressure from counties outside of Denver that are not taking in migrants. Suburban Douglas County passing a resolution demanding Denver drop its status as a sanctuary city.
So it's clearly evident here that these areas that are sanctuary cities, San Francisco, Denver, Chicago, New York City, never really fully defined what that was and what that meant to them and their taxpayers. Now they're getting tested. They're being tested by the border states, and they're really having a hard time trying to come up with what it means to be a sanctuary city. And if you want to go out of the kindness of your heart, just like anything else, stand on a street corner and give out $20 bucks. $20 bills, excuse me. And you'll see over time, you're going to get inundated with people coming once, twice, 3 times, the same people coming back for more once the word gets out that you're being very generous and doing some good for the community. People try to abuse it. That's what's happening here. People in South America, all these other countries hear what's going on in the United States, and people are taking selfies. I'm crossing the border, headed to Chicago for more free stuff. People are going to come. People are going to come.
A jurisdiction where officials won't enforce federal immigration laws. Critics say that attracts more migrants, with illegal crossings at the southern border
Look
this
at the
year
lines.
at record highs.
What would you like to see the city do?
I'd like the city to actively proclaim that it is not a sanctuary city. I think it's important that we're not bringing people to a cold weather climate.
There are more than 2,600 migrants in Denver's shelter system.
Bring your
and
boots
now
and
nearly
gloves,
30,000
folks, if
who
you're
have
going
come
to
through
Denver.
in the last year, costing taxpayers more than $32 million so far.
Denver shelters are full, with some migrants now sleeping in tent encampments like these, where temperatures drop
Always wanted to
below
go
freezing
camping
at
in
night.
the Rockies.
It just seems like pretty inconvenient for them and for us. Really, a lot of people in this apartment complex are concerned.
Families with children are given priority in Denver shelters. We meet a group of adults who just arrived. Genesis from Venezuela said they don't know where they're supposed to go next. We don't know. We have no knowledge, direction, location, she tells us. Jan saying, we had to go through 7 countries on foot through the jungle. We came for the opportunity for the work permit.
Mayor Johnson says Denver expects to spend as much as $100 million on migrants in the next year, but they're only budgeted for $20 million.
Thanks for watching.
That would be a problem. That would be an $80,000 or $80 million shortfall. What also she doesn't talk about, a lot of these cities, New York and Denver, actually are running ticket offices. So if you decide that you've come across the border, you've come to Denver, you come to New York City, they have an office that'll help you go somewhere else just to get rid of you. They're willing to pay for your ticket to get you out of town. So it's headed to a town near you, folks. I keep saying that, and you're going to hear one day they're going to be knocking on your door. Migrant man, can I come in? I'm being a little facetious, a little bit of comedy here, but it's going to happen. It is going to happen. We're starting to see them in the suburbs of Chicago. They're stealing from our stores. They're doing all sorts of things to make a quick buck because they need the money. When they cross the border, they get an ATM card with a couple of $1,000 on it. Once that's gone, then they need to come up with ways to make more money, because there's not a lot. Hey, there's not a lot of jobs around here for Americans, let alone immigrants who don't even speak English very well or at all. If you watch the videos here, everyone they interview is speaking Spanish or some foreign language. Not going to go well when you're trying to find a job in the United States, folks. Trust me, I know that. I know that. You're seeing our economy start to collapse. It's going to collapse under the weight of all of this. I don't know what else to tell you. So there's a taste of New York City. And like I said, what's happening in New York City is going to happen in Chicago sooner or later, because we're using the same processes. We got the same amount, same numbers. We're heading up. 31,000 right now in Chicago, and the buses are rolling. The buses are rolling, folks. We're not getting much numbers on the buses, but from the tidbits that we get, we're getting 5 or 6 a day, and that adds up over time, right? Over a week, that's 30 to 50. And, you know, that's another 1,000, 2,000 people. They're also coming here in planes. O'Hare's got 800 people there, and we don't hear much about those counts anymore. So I suspect there's more planes coming in every other day or so. So get ready, be ready. That's all you can do, folks. Migrant Mayhem, DJ Wonder Chrissy, over and out. If you would like, share, and subscribe, it does help. Our channel is growing. I thank you for your viewership. Share it with your friends. Share it with your people you work with. Just share on every platform you can. Migrant Mayhem, we try to bring you guys a little bit of comedy in the serious situation, but it keeps getting worse. I've been doing this for a couple of weeks, and it just seems like it's de-evolving into Crime Central here in Chicago, and it's happening. And we're going to be here to report it for you guys. Over and out, DJ Wonder Chrissy.